Today I want to talk about death. I think it's an important topic because many people have different ideas of what happens when a person actually dies, and a lot of those beliefs or ideas actually affect how people behave, how they act, some of the laws people write and pass and uphold and all this stuff, and it affects lots of stuff. This is a super big topic, and that's why I want to cover it. First of all, what are we when we're living? What is a human? I've heard them defined as living computers running genetic code in the form of DNA. Basically, we're computers in these cases. Our body is the shell, like a computer case. So humans are basically walking computers. Our bodies are the shells. If you open up the computer case and look inside, you have all your memory, your RAM, your processors, your fans, all your parts inside, which you can look at it like a brain. So the human brain does two major things. It has memory and it has processing, just like a computer. It has a processor and it holds memory. Without memory, you are not you. What makes you you is your memories. So memory is a key thing. It also stores, it's basically your personality, how you, like people's environments and how they're treated and where they are. It creates and molds who they become. So another thing, if you want to compare this to a computer, is a memory stores programs. Memories are storing chains of computer code, software. So if you turn a computer on and it has no memory, it's not going to do anything. It's a big brick. It has to be able to remember what Windows 95 is, and it has to be able to call upon all the different parts of that and boot it up. The other part of it is the processing. It's how quickly you can access your memory and what you can do with your memories. So, what happens to a computer if you rip out the memories and you rip out the processing? Where has those memories gone? Let's say if we're looking at memories as information that you can call up at a future time that's just stored. If I take the memory out of here, or I pull the CD out of here and throw it in this fire and destroy it, where have those memories gone? They didn't go to another place. They are not in a better place or a worse place. They're just gone. Take a human and you remove his brain and you set it in a fire and you destroy it and you smash it into little bitty pieces till it's destroyed. Where has this gone to? Where have those memories gone to? They didn't go to a better place. They didn't go to a worse place. They haven't gone anywhere. They're just here in this pile in the form of carbon, burnt atoms. And eventually they'll get soaked into the grass and become a tree or whatever, or just used as some sort of, they'll go into the building of something else. Energy's not created nor destroyed. It's just recycled into other stuff. So here's a computer's like memory, right? You can put this piece of information into the computer, it remembers it, and when you want it to do certain things, you click on a button and it starts doing things. Same with the brain. So let's say someone asks you a question. You want to go to the movies. Then your brain can start recalling, do I like movies? Don't I like movies? I like movies. It starts going through past experiences, information, details about your life, and it knows yes. So then you can say, sure. Then you get your final answer. So you input information, it processes that information based on all the stuff stored, and you come up with an answer similar to, you put in what is 2 times 2, and it comes out based on the algorithms the calculator knows it's going to be 4. Same thing. So what is this? This set of code, this software, if you were comparing it to a brain, the brain's memories that it can reach back into, they're electrical signals. It's millions of little synapses and electrical information passing to each other back and forth at all times. Thousands of little sparks going on at once. It's just electrical signals. That's what your memories are. If you die, your brain and your body starts to decay and decompose. Well, what happens to those electrical signals and in the brain and all that? They decompose with you. They're gone. They just disappear. So to reiterate this, your brain is a bunch of electrical signals until you die, and it stops making those electricity, and the brain itself deteriorates. Along goes the memories with it. It's not going to some other place. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to another universe. It disappears. A lot of people think that when this person dies, there's extra stuff there that science can't measure, that when they die, all the stuff is perfectly preserved, and this person goes to another place. Why is that bad, or why is that dangerous? Well, first off, that's not how science works. We can see when something dies, and we can watch it deteriorate and be absorbed by plants and nature, carried off by scavengers and whatever the hell, how things decompose. So when other people teach you, no, that doesn't happen, you get transported to another place, hell, heaven, limbo, Valhalla, whatever. It's bad just for the sake of intellectualism, for learning. We can make up anything, like when you die, you go to Super Mario Land and you do puzzles forever until you finally get the princess, and then you live like a king for billions of years. Or when you die, you go to the bottom of the ocean and you live with mermaids, and mermaids are actually angels. You can just make up whatever crap you want to make up, but it's stories. There's no proof. People will just make up a story, convince other people that their story is a good story, and then billions of people will ignore how computers work and how human bodies work and just believe the stories instead. Now you have people saying, well, when you die, you go here, and there's something there that you have to answer to. New set of rules, a new boss. This is dangerous because people think in order to go this way or this way, it determines how you're living now. And how you're living now shouldn't be affected by the story. And people will decide, well, this entity or deity wants things. So people start coming up with this based on different interpretations, and they'll start coming up with things like this, and it affects all the rest of the actual living people. And they'll start saying, they'll intimidate you, and they'll use it like, if you don't listen to this, if you don't listen to me, you'll be punished forever. And they'll scare you, just like, rather than I'm going to put you in jail, they're going to say, I got stuff way worse than jail, so you better do as I say. And people start making up crap, and all the way back till ancient times, till present day, problems like this happen because of the lack of understanding of what happens when a human body decomposes and dies. This is something that needs to be looked at more. It needs to be talked about. It needs to be thought about, looked at, really evaluated. If we didn't have such a lack of understanding or such a taboo about talking about it, I feel like a lot of good would come out of it.